Now to a land on which the sun never sets. Or it didn't until a while ago, but times change. At its zenith, the UK was a colonial beast. Today, it finds itself in dire straits. Britons are living in desperate times. Supermarkets are running out of supplies. Monthly savings are sharply plummeting. Children are skipping meals. Students are considering dropping out. And a record number of families are now depending on food banks to get something to eat. Who would have thought that this would become of the once great Britain? Our next report delves into the UK's cost of living crisis and how it is impacting the British society. The year was 1913. The British Empire ruled over 412 million people around the world. That meant 23% of the world's population was under British control. Its empire stretched over 24% of the Earth's total area. It was unparalleled power. Cut to 2023. This is what supermarkets in the UK look like. Shelves wear a deserted look. Fruits and vegetables are being rationed. Most of the country's supermarket chains, the likes of Tesco, Asda and Morrisons, have resorted to unprecedented rationing. Customers can now buy just 3 units of tomatoes, peppers and cucumbers. The sale of lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower and other vegetables has been curbed too. The government blames bad weather in Europe and Africa for this. This is the time of the year when the UK imports more than 90% of its tomatoes and peppers. But the crisis is unique to the UK. And Europeans are making it a point to remind Britons about that. On social media, European Union citizens pointed out that vegetable supplies in their countries had not been disrupted due to bad weather. The cost of living crisis is taking a big toll on the people of Britain. A record number of them are now dependent on food banks. What are food banks? Mostly voluntary and charity-driven organizations that give free food to underprivileged people. Almost 90% of British food banks have reported a steep rise in demand over the past 3 months. If demand rises further, they'll have to turn people away. Pensioners and families with babies have been hit particularly hard. Students are being forced to skip meals to save money. Reports say almost 62% students are spending less on food and essentials. Students are eating 2 meals a day and working part-time jobs to make ends meet. Many of them are reaching out to their families for financial help. Others even considering dropping out of their courses. On the brighter side, inflation is slowly easing, but food inflation still stands at 16.3%. British households could see a fall of over 4% in their disposable incomes this year, the largest drop since records began in 1956. And the impact is already visible. According to a study by Aldermore Bank, the average Briton is saving half the amount of money they did compared to last year. A third of British savers say their financial situation is not sustainable and that they haven't saved anything over the last year. Britons have reduced shopping for non-essential goods, they're socializing less, and they've cut down on using their cars. What you just saw were visuals of school children taking part in the strike organized by teachers earlier this month. Strikes have become a weekly affair of sorts. From healthcare workers to teachers to even railway workers organizing mammoth strikes and walkouts. What are they striking against? The high cost of living. While the costs have risen, their salaries have not.